Hello everyone, welcome to Conversations with Sakeina. We have an upcoming Hunter's Moon tomorrow, full moon, and the full moon is about letting go. So what this pick a card is about is choosing an emotional, a mental, a physical, and a spiritual card and finding out what it is that you're meant to let go of for this full moon. So go forward a little bit in this video or just wait for just a moment and you'll find the choose an image screen. Choose the image that appeals to you the most. Timestamps are in the description box below. Enjoy! Hello, Pile 1. Okay, so we're going to start out with the mental aspect of you for finding out what it is that you may need to let go of during this full moon. So we're going to choose a mental or thinking card. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords for you. And I feel like you have had an idea that you've been tossing around or working on, and things just haven't been going according to plan for you. You just can't seem to get this idea off the ground. So this full moon is about letting go of that idea and perhaps putting a new idea in its place when the new moon comes forth. So let's see what more can be said about this. So I'm going to shuffle up here very quickly. See if there's more information offered. All right, splitting the deck. All right, so we have the Eight of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Standing Stone, or Justice. All right, so with the Eight of Cups, I think you've actually been considering, at least on an emotional level, getting rid of this idea or just pushing it aside anyway previously, but for some reason you've been hanging on to it because you thought that it would offer you or gain you a good amount of money, and perhaps you just thought it was a fantastic idea that you couldn't lose with. But it hasn't worked out the way that you hoped it would. And the Standing Stone, the Justice card, is saying you've done the balancing here. And you can see that this isn't going to actually do you any good after all. So for this full moon, it's a good idea in the mental department to just let this idea go. Write it on a piece of paper, burn it outside carefully. Don't want to set anything on fire. Or as in the picture, find a little boat, like a little walnut, and put the piece of paper in that little walnut and float it down the river, or float it down a stream, or float it on a pond, whatever way you'd like to let go of this specific idea, so that you can start over again with something completely new that will hopefully give you what it is you're attempting to attain. All right, so let's find out, Pile 1, what emotional thing, what emotional situation or baggage or whatever this is, what you should be trying to let go of during this full moon. So we're just going to pull one out of there, the Ace of Cups. And I feel like this is saying that something new that came to you is probably what you may need to be letting go. It's not turning out quite the way you thought. It had some great potential, or so you believed, but the universe is saying it might be a good idea to let it go. So let me get a little more information on that. Shuffling up here again. And splitting the deck. Okay, let's see what it has to say. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. All right, so what I'm seeing here with the Three of Pentacles is it's very possible that if this is a relationship situation that was something new for you, I feel like this person has someone else on the side perhaps, or maybe it's just a friend. It's always three's company kind of thing. And you're thinking that this person has been trying to move things along actually quite rapidly, and almost too rapidly for you. You would prefer to have things be worked on very carefully and get to know one another and be able to be patient in the growth of this relationship, because if it were to grow into something long term, you would want it to have a really good foundation. That's really the only way that it would grow. But again, we have the problem of the number 3. So again, this could be someone on the side, or an old girlfriend or boyfriend, or just a friend that is always a part of what you do together. So the universe is saying it might be a good idea to let this particular relationship go, whatever it is. Okay, so let us, pile 1, take a look at the physical. What you may need to let go of physically. It's hard to shuffle these small amount of cards here of one suit. Okay, so we're going to take, this one. All right, so we have the Ten of Pentacles. And this is normally a legacy card. And I feel like it's saying that it might be a good idea to let go of any expectations you have. Perhaps you have a business and you would like your child or your children to take over your business, but they really have no interest in that. Or maybe you're doing family genealogy and you'd like your children to be interested in that as well. Again, they have no interest whatsoever. So if you have something that is legacy based, ancestral work that you'd like to pass down, things like that, for now, okay, this is a for now, just let it go and see where it goes later on. So let's see if we can get a little bit more information about that. Again, shuffling the cards. A lot of shuffling for this reading. Okay. Splitting the deck. All right, so we have the Knight of Wands. We have the Star. And we have the Moon. Okay, so with the Knight of Wands, I'm seeing that you have looked for, or been, I should say, been very active in the creation of whatever this Ten of Pentacles represents for you. Again, it could be working very hard on family genealogy. It could be a business that you've been working very hard on, and they're asking you to let it go. Reason behind this is you're being guided right now to do exactly that. That's what this reading is about. You're being guided to let it go for now. Because there are some things with the moon, there are some things that aren't really showing themselves right now. Things that are hiding in the shadows that may come forward later. And this is not to say stop working on what you're working on, but don't have the expectation of your children or someone else taking over for you when all is said and done, at least not for now. Just keep doing what you're doing and try not to communicate this want. Just kind of let it go, let it flow and let it go. The moon is about flow also. So let us see. Put those in the wrong pile. Okay, so let us see what you should be letting go on a spiritual level. Boy, this is a messy reading here. Okay, so I see the Knight of Wands. On a spiritual level, with the Knight of Wands, I feel like this is saying you might have been questing for something specific, something that you feel very passionate about. And I believe the universe is saying you might want to let that go again for now. And maybe we can find out why that is. You've been very active, in search of this. So let's see what they have to share as to why you might want to let this go on a spiritual level. Okay. Splitting the deck. We have the Two of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. All right, so it looks like there is something else that is going to come forward for you that you'll have to make a decision on anyway. And the universe is saying this is probably the one that you should let go. And you're going to know what this is. Because there is a very heavy conflict for some reason with this in your mind. With this particular one, something just isn't meshing with your beliefs like you thought that it might. And maybe you're trying to make it fit and it's just not working out for you. So the universe is saying, just let it go. Walk away from it. And if it happens to come around full circle again, okay. But for now, the universe is saying, let this spiritual practice or belief or whatever this is, this spiritual quest, let it go for now. So pile one, that is what the universe or spirit is sharing concerning your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical areas of your life and what to let go of during this Hunter's full moon. So until next time, take care. Hello, Pile 2. So in this reading, we are going to take a look at what Spirit believes would be best for you to let go of during this Hunter's full moon. So let us see what mentally they're suggesting you let go of. We have the Queen of Swords. I feel like this is saying that you are a very strong component of the truth. Nothing wrong with that. But there is a truth that you are attempting to nurture or offer out there to other people in some kind of a creative way. and it may not be going quite the way that you hoped it would. So on a mental level, Spirit is suggesting, for now, that maybe you let this go, this particular truth idea. So let's see what that might be about. Get a little more information. Okay, splitting the deck. Split the deck. All right, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Six of Cups. Okay, so what I feel like with this is somehow or another, whatever this is, seems to be affecting your family life, or at least what you want of your family life. You're accustomed to your family life being full of energy and excitement and fun, but in this particular case, something's changing with that. And it could be, or it seems to be, having something to do with the main partner in the house, who isn't as passionate about what you're trying to push out there as you are. So Spirit is suggesting that you kind of turn back the clock a little bit and throw your emotion into your family situation or your relationship situation instead for right now. So letting go of whatever this is, whatever the Queen of Swords depicts for you on a mental level, this is the suggestion from Spirit. Okay, so let us move on to the emotional aspect and see what Spirit believes you should let go of emotionally during this full moon. So we are mixing up the Suit of Cups here. And let's see. Eight of Cups. All right, this is a definitive card of walking away from a relationship, walking away from how you feel about a relationship, perhaps. It can also be mastering your intuition. So perhaps one of those is going to fit for you. Again, this is a general reading, but gives three options for that card anyway. And we are going to see perhaps why Spirit believes you should perhaps walk away from a relationship or walk away from learning about your intuition. Walk away from mastering your intuition. So let's see here. Split the deck. All right, so we have the Standing Stone or Justice, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. So I think here Spirit is saying with the Standing Stone, what you're doing isn't going to hurt anyone. As we say harm none here. It is what is fair and best for you at this time, because with the Seven of Pentacles, what you are perhaps embarking on is going to actually take a lot of patience and a lot of work. And I think Spirit is saying you need to put a lot more thought into this before you actually attempt to do it, or at least for right now. You want to speed forward because you think this is exactly what you want. However, they're asking you, please don't speed forward. That wouldn't be fair to you, and you don't even really understand the amount of work that is going to go into this emotional portion of your life. So they're suggesting that you just put this aside or let it go completely during this full moon. All right, so let us see what the spirits have to say concerning what to let go of physically in your life. All right, so we're going to grab this one. Four of Pentacles. So I think this is hanging on to money, hanging on to a job, hanging on to time, hanging on to your energy. Something that is on a physical level that the spirit world is saying it's time to let go. So let's take a look at what this may be about. Move this card back here and split the deck. All right, so we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Witch or the Magician, and we have the Four of Wands. All right, so with the Eight of Swords, I feel like whatever you're holding on to really makes you feel extremely trapped. Like you can't see the truth of it, like you just are so bound by it. And like you have no power anymore. And that's not where Spirit wants you to be. Spirit wants you to be passionate about life. They want you to be able to enjoy having something stable, enjoy having a structure of some sort, and to be able to celebrate having gained certain steps in your lifetime, your milestones. They want you to be able to do that. And apparently, whatever you're holding on to here, that is not serving you at all. Again, it's making you feel trapped and powerless. And it's not at all giving you the life that Spirit wants you to have. So, whatever this is, and of course only you will know, Spirit is suggesting that you let go of it during this full moon. All right, so let us see what Spirit says about letting go of something spiritually. And if you're wondering what I'm doing over here, when I take those three cards down, I have to put them randomly in the deck. Otherwise, they deal up on the top, no matter how much I shuffle. All right, so here's for the spiritual part, what to let go of spiritually. We're just going to pull this one. And we have the Four of Wands. Okay, now this is interesting because we had the Four of Wands during the physical part in the explanation. This is saying that Spirit would like you to let go of putting such a fanfare on your beliefs. And I think this card is about celebrating milestones. This card is about passionate structure and passionate stability and just passion in general. And I think what Spirit is meaning here is that when you are that passionate about something and when you are constantly doing everything to make it just so structured and stable, it doesn't have any room for growth. So I think they're saying you need to let go of some of the fanfare you do concerning this spiritual practice. So let us find out what more they have to say about that. Okay, splitting the deck. All right, we have the Six of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. So with the Six of Cups, I feel like Spirit is saying that there's something you need to remember. Something that is lodged in your mind that you need to remember. And it seems like it has to do with someone, either someone you're extremely in love with and is extremely in love with you. It's a man on this card, but it doesn't have to be a man. Someone who offers you unconditional freedom, I guess. Because it seems as though whatever this Four of Wands spiritual practice is about, it's kind of consuming you. And they don't want to see you out in the cold. They don't want to see this relationship that you have that looks like has been built since childhood. It even could be a very good friend that loves you to pieces, but doesn't understand the time that you're putting into this spiritual practice. And Spirit does not want to see that turn into something not so nice for you. In other words, perhaps losing that relationship because of how wrapped up you are in this spiritual whatever it is. So the suggestion is take a look at what you have, currently what you have in the love department, in the relationship department, and go back and think about what it is that you wanted to have with this relationship. Focus on that for a while. Doesn't mean you can never come back to whatever the spiritual practice is, but for right now, it's kind of putting a rift in whatever this relationship is. So Spirit is suggesting for now, during this Hunter's full moon, just let this spiritual practice go, or let go of the need to be on top of it all the time. So pile 2, that is it for this reading for letting go during the Hunter's moon. Until next time, take care. Hello, pile 3. So we are going to find out what Spirit would like to share about what you may wish to let go of during this Hunter's full moon. So we're going to start with the mental portion. We're doing mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. So here is the mental part. What does Spirit believe you should let go of in the mental department? So we have the King of Swords. And I feel like this is saying that you're an advocate for the truth beyond all else. And almost a stickler, in fact. So I feel like Spirit is saying it might be a good idea to let go of how strongly you believe in this truth. And it could be a specific truth, or it just could be that you are so adamant about people telling the truth that even the smallest infraction sends them on their way. They're out of your life. So let's see what more Spirit has to share on this. Okay, we have Four of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Four of Wands, this is a kind of a celebratory card a lot of the times, that you're supposed to celebrate your milestones, and that's always a good idea. However, in this case, I think it is talking about how passionate you are about staying very structured in this belief system that you have concerning the King of Swords. And what started out as a very dynamic life or lifestyle is changing for you because you're so caught up in this truth, this belief that no one can make a mistake, no one can misspeak by, again, accident. And instead of having the life that you expected to have, because, I mean, goodness gracious, you're following the moral ground, right? It should make life just absolutely phenomenal. But there is no black and white here. Or no gray area. No one is perfect, and no one can stand up to that kind of scrutiny. So what's ended up happening to you, or maybe on coming, is the Five of Pentacles, which is showing you basically as an outcast on the outside looking in, because people are afraid to get close to you because of what's going on with this amazing mental belief that you have. So Spirit is suggesting that you let go of this. It doesn't mean you have to let go of your truth, your belief in that people should tell the truth. Of course they should. However, the moral high ground that you are on, you need to let go of that and realize that you're human and so is everyone else. Okay, so moving on to emotional. What is it that Spirit suggests you let go of emotionally during this full moon? We'll pull this one. So we have the Ace of Cups. And I feel like this is a new relationship, a new intuitive practice, but I feel more relationship this time. I feel like you're sharing emotionally with someone that you thought it was going to be fantastic potential for a relationship, but Spirit is saying not now for some reason. Let's find out why. Move that back. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. And what I'm seeing here is, for some reason, this relationship, if you were to continue forward with it, you would find yourself out in the cold. You would find yourself maybe without any money. Perhaps this person is actually wanting to be with you because of your money and will eventually steal it. At any rate, the Spirit is saying with the Eight of Chalices, it's probably a really good idea to walk away from this one. But not to worry, because there is someone so much better on the horizon for you. So letting this one go, do it without a second thought, because they're apparently really not good for you. And Spirit is saying, walk away. There is a beautiful life waiting for you. Okay, so we have next, physical. What is it that Spirit is suggesting you let go of physically? We have the Ace of Pentacles. All right, so there's a lot of potential here for this Ace of Pentacles. This could be covering a new job. It could be covering something new you're doing with your time, something new that you're giving your energy away to. something that isn't going to serve you the way that you hope. So let's see what that's about. And I do apologize if you can hear my Chihuahua snoring. He is right behind me by the heater, and he is just, I can't stop him from snoring. He just snores and snores while I record. So, all right, so let's see what this is. We have the Knight of Wands, have the Three of Pentacles, and the Star. Okay, so with the Knight of Wands, I feel like you feel like whatever this new thing is, what you're giving your time away from or away to, what you're giving your energy away to, what your maybe new job you've started. I feel as though you looked a long time for this and you were very, very passionate about finding just the right thing, okay? And you feel as though you found a group of people that you mesh with very, very well with this. And Spirit is not saying don't deal with those people. You can still deal with those people and let go of whatever this Ace of Pentacles depicts for you, because you're being guided for something much better further on down the road. Not sure how far down the road, but I feel like they're saying this is just not the right place for you right now. So they're asking that you let go of whatever this is that is causing you to give up time, money, energy, and just let it go during this Hunter's full moon and wait for whatever guidance they will give you as to which way to go. That would be looking for signs and synchronicities, keeping your ears open and your eyes open so that you receive the signs that they are attempting to give to you. Okay, so last but not least, we have the spiritual part of you. What spiritual aspect do they believe you should let go of during this full moon? We have the King of Wands. Okay, King of Wands. This is somebody who has an ultimate creative passion. Someone who has built basically their own kingdom and has control of this. And it's interesting that they would be saying to let go of this, but I don't think it's the whole thing. I'm getting that it's not the whole thing they want you to let go of. Because if it's a business, obviously you're putting your heart and soul into it. And you certainly don't want to let that fall by the wayside, especially if it's being successful. However, there is something about this that isn't serving you that they would like you to let go. So let's see if we can find out what that is. Oh, sorry about that. Went the whole setup. I dropped the deck. And it moved my camera. All right, so let's try that again. Shuffling and splitting the deck. All right, so let's put this up here. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Six of Cups and Temperance. All right, so in looking at this, it looks like you have a partnership. And something is, even though the business appears to be successful, or whatever this passion is that you're going full force on, whatever you've built, seems to be going very well. But something about the partnership here with this creative, whatever it is, Spirit is saying you need to think back of what you felt emotionally towards this King of Wands passion, King of Wands business, whatever this is. You need to go back and take a look at your original wanting of that, how you actually wanted it to be, rather than, because somehow or another I get the impression that it's gone a totally different route, and not necessarily one that you're totally pleased with. So this could be saying let go of the partnership, or make the decision to do that, unless you can balance what you're feeling here, unless you can balance and mix together what is happening. But it doesn't look like that's the way things are going to go. It doesn't look like you're capable of balancing when you're in a partnership like this, because it looks like the partner wants to go this way and you want to go this way, and this was never your original intention, never where you were originally guided for this King of Wands passion, business, creative endeavor. So if this hasn't started yet, if it's something that you are just intuitively building, and you have thought about building it with this person, Spirit is advising you to let that go. If it's the first scenario where you're already doing something specific in a partnership with somebody, they're saying let go either of the partnership or let go of whatever changed from your original intention, your original intuitive gut feeling of how well this was going to go if you did it this way, and strike a balance. If you can't, then they're saying it is best to let it go. Let the partnership go so that you can go back to this original intention, because that is going to give you the magic, the balance to make it super successful. So pile 3, that is what Spirit is sharing for what you should be letting go during this Hunter's full moon. So until next time, take care.